Hello, church. This video is for anybody interested in worship team, on the worship team, considering worship team. And if I was in an elevator talking to somebody, I wouldn't even use the word worship team because of the confusion around the definition of what is worship. This is my opinion, or I guess it's my theology, but it is probably going to see more of this fruit. Especially between the next two Easters. But just in general, it's inching that way. What is worship? It is anything that is done heartily as unto the Lord. So the worship team is everybody gathered, not just the people on the platform or in the booth. That's the music team and the tech team, the hospitality team, the coffee shop team, the children's ministry team, the people that aren't on any of those teams, the people just in attendance. We are all a team there to worship. Anybody who has got their heart doing something as heartily unto the Lord, driving to work heartily as unto the work as unto the Lord, doing their homework, doing their dishes, whatever you do, heartily as unto the Lord. It is an act of worship. It is an offering. Um, Therefore, there is no gate keeping you or anyone from the worship team. We don't just need people who can play music or figure out a soundboard. We could use people who can alphabetize charts, who can clean up the stage, who can wrap cables. Um, so if somebody is interested in worship, please point them to consider what is worship. That said, I'm very proud of you guys. I want to thank you guys so much for the service you're already doing or considering doing. Everybody is I'm just not used to it going this good, and so thank you guys. Another thing to consider is looking for patterns of worship in the Bible. I see them end to end. One of the key patterns that I'm actually going to preach on in January is God is holy, we are needy, Jesus redeems, we are sent. Um, and in as a default with my devotion time, I prefer to look just at the Bible. I don't even look at the margins and the stuff at the bottom. I look just in the Bible. I spend my time there. I use the margins and the stuff at the bottom or Google searches. I use theologians and human understanding as like a tool in the toolbox. You shouldn't use your toolbox every time you're driving to work. When something goes screwy, then you kind of pull over, you break out the tool, see if you can figure it out. When you get to these confusing elements um, that are difficult, then that's when it's a good time to seek out Shane or Dean or Tozer and C.S. Lewis or anybody you look up to there. But that pattern. So with that said, I find the pattern. I find it over and over in the Bible itself. Lately, I've been noticing it in the outlines. Like, so my study Bible will have like an outline of what does this book do? And boy, you'll see it in the subsections, or sometimes you'll see it in the whole book, where it takes this pattern of God is holy, we are needy, Jesus redeems, and we are sent. As Planning Center rolls out, it's going to start with music and tech team. I'm guessing it'll move into other teams of worship, like the ones we just mentioned. Um, Planning Center, as it rolls out, we're also going to see some more standards, practice. You can think of them as rules. Um, when you think of these new standards and practices and patterns and things that we do, I think of them like a budget. If you've ever gone from just winging it to a budget, like this is how much I spend on gas, this is what I spend on food, this is how much I can spend on entertainment, 37 a month, I can't spend 38, and it messes up other stuff. It feels limiting. But once you use it, it's actually freeing. You're not worried about money anymore. You either have or don't have your 37 for entertainment that month, that week, that day, whatever your scale of budget is, right? It's a very freeing thing. It just feels like it's going to be limiting at first. And so some of that's going to happen with some of the new stuff that comes out, like whatever, downbeat times and clicks, and some of the stuff we've kind of tested the waters on or already using. Some of those things are going to feel like at first, like this is, you know, limiting me. And what really is going to happen is it's going to free us to be more nimble and to be able to change more quickly and to follow each other better. That said, again, I'm very proud of you. Uh, Thank you for everything you do for Table Mountain. I know the way God works is that He is blessing you, but I just feel that blessing personally. I just know it's not like a one-way street. It's like when I went to like Mexico to do like missions trips or something, we'd like build a structure for somebody or whatever, and it felt like I'm here to help you, but I would always go home so blessed and so enriched, and I realized that God's blessings don't work like one-way streets. Like I give you the blessing, you are blessed, and I go home with less stuff. God's blessings work where just all ships rise, and it's really cool. So I'm confident you are being blessed. I hope you are. If you're not, please bring stuff to my attention so that we can keep you um, in the places where you belong. Yeah. Much love, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao.